Sometimes, you just stop and look at your life like you're watching it from outside. You ask yourself, how did I get here? And you don't have a clear answer. It wasn't one big leap, not one life-changing moment. It was all slow, tiny choices, days that blurred into each other, things you postponed, plans you delayed, and dreams you slowly stopped talking about. There was so much you wanted to do, so much you imagined. You had maps drawn in your head, hopes sketched in color. And yet, here you are, in a version of life that feels unfamiliar, a life that has good moments, yes, but still feels like it doesn't quite belong to you. And you know what? That doesn't mean you failed. Not ending up where you planned isn't the same as being lost. Because no one told you. Paths can change, dreams can evolve, and sometimes reinventing yourself is part of surviving. They told us life had a timeline, that if you followed the rules, everything would come. Love, success, peace, stability. But no one talked about the exhaustion. No one warned you that you could give everything you had and still feel like you're starting from scratch, over and over. No one prepared you for the quiet kind of emptiness, not sadness, not pain, just this weight in your chest, like something is missing, but you don't know what. There are days when you look in the mirror and don't recognize yourself. You smile when you're supposed to smile. You work because you have to. You take care of others, keep your promises, do the right thing. But deep inside, there are questions. Ones you don't say out loud because you're afraid no one will understand. Am I where I'm supposed to be? Is this all there is? Did I lose myself along the way? And the answer isn't in a book or a motivational talk. It's in that small, quiet moment where you allow yourself to just be, where you breathe, close your eyes, and remember who you were before the fear came in, before you started feeling like you weren't enough, before the world convinced you that you had to become someone specific to be worthy of love or respect. Maybe your life doesn't look anything like the one you dreamed of when you were 10. But look at you. You've survived so much. You've walked through grief. You've endured change. You've faced endings you never saw coming. You've had to let go of people you thought would always be there. You've watched doors close when you needed them most. And somehow, you're still here, breathing, searching for meaning. That is strength. That, too, is building a life. Not all victories are loud. There are silent triumphs. Getting out of bed when your heart is heavy. Showing up even when you feel invisible. Loving others when your own heart still aches. Trying again when everything inside you wants to give up. And no, you're not alone, even if it feels like it. There are more people like you than you know. People wondering if their life has purpose. People comparing themselves to filtered lives on social media. People crying in the shower, answering, "I'm fine," when they're not. People who are rebuilding themselves while still showing up for others. So if today you don't know your next step, that's okay. You don't need a 5-year plan. You don't need all the answers. You just need one thing: to start listening to yourself again. Because your soul still knows. That quiet voice inside, the one you've silenced so many times, it knows what you need. And it doesn't ask for perfection, or applause, or big, dramatic changes. It asks for truth, It asks for presence. Maybe what you need isn't to change your whole life. Maybe you just need to start living it again. Slowly, gently, honestly. Look at the sky before you walk into work. Take 5 minutes to sit and do nothing. Hug longer. Call someone just to say, "I miss you." Take a breath before you say yes to something you don't want to do. And ask yourself, what do I want right now? Maybe fulfillment isn't in a new job, a new city, or a new version of you. Maybe it's in returning to what matters, to what's already here, but you stopped noticing. Your life isn't a straight line, it's a spiral. Sometimes it feels like you're back at the same place, but you're not. You've changed. You're carrying more wisdom, more stories, more wounds, yes, but also more compassion. And if you feel lost right now, maybe you're not broken. Maybe you're in transition. Maybe your roots are growing in silence, preparing to hold something greater. Because not all growth is visible. Sometimes you bloom underground, invisible to the world, but powerful. Maybe this pause you hate so much, this feeling of stillness, is the space between chapters, the inhale before the next beginning. Maybe this moment is not your destination, but it's the place where you choose a new direction, and that matters. You're not where you thought you'd be, but maybe, just maybe, you're where you need to be. Right here, where questions rise, where truths start whispering. What do I want now? What can I let go of? What can I begin? You don't need to know everything. You don't need to feel ready. You just need one thing: a little courage to tell yourself the truth and take one step, even if it's small, because this is still your life. And as long as you're here, breathing, feeling, wondering, everything is still possible. If these words touched your soul, even just a little, subscribe. There's a place for you here, whenever you need it.